It is Epiphany Sunday, the 7th of January, so we focus on the text that talks about the wise men and their searching for Christ. And we find that story in Matthew chapter 2, the first 12 verses. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east, it's very exciting, I'm sure, it's great news. Wise men from the east came to Jerusalem asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star at its rising, and we have come to pay him homage." Now when King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him. Calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea. For so it has been written by the prophet, 'And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel.'" And then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. And then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child. And when you have found him, bring me word so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set out, and there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. And on entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They knelt down and paid him homage. And then opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. So it's January at Campbell United Methodist Church, which means sky's the limit. I mean, anything goes in January. We have made a habit of having a really good time with our worship services in the month of January. We have had Star Wars, and we have had the Beatles, and we have had Scooby-Doo. We've had Gilligan's Island. We've had all kinds of different things as our theme for the January worship series here at Campbell. And this year, we are making a mixtape. Now, there are some of you for whom that phrase doesn't mean anything, making a mixtape. There are also some of you for whom the notion of a cassette tape means nothing to you either. So making a mixtape is collecting together a group of songs that are all sort of centered around the same theme and putting them in one place together. When I was doing this as a teenager in the 80s, it was onto a cassette tape, which then you would write on and kind of hope that all of the songs would fit together in such a way that the person you gave it to would figure out what the secret message was, like what the theme was. Like for me, as a teenager in the 80s, the theme was like always like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Like that was that was pretty much the only, "Will you go to the dance with me?" Like that was, mixtapes were trying to, so you would you could have the original tape and buy a blank one. And if you had the, dual cassette thing, I know, you press play on one and record on the other and do it that way. But if you didn't have the original, you remember? You put it in the thing and you listen to the radio. I see lots of nods, right? You're with me. You listen to the radio until the DJ says that such and such a song is coming up. You're like, "Oh, I got to get this on my mixtape." So you sit there and wait for it to start, and you press play and record at the same time, and then right when it starts to fade out, you hit stop. Totally illegal. Like broke so many laws. Do not, pastor does not recommend. But that was how you made a mixtape back in the day. The kids these days, I'll tell you what, man, you have no idea. I mean, literally, you click a few buttons and you have your playlist and you share it with someone. It's like, done. Give me a break. And get off my lawn while you're at it, you darn kids. It's a playlist, right? It's a group of songs that are all about the same kind of thing. So what we did for this series is come up with a group of songs. We've been singing some of them already in worship that are about searching or seeking, that are about looking for something, because everybody's looking for something. Another song that's not on the playlist that could have made the playlist, the Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. Everybody's looking for something, which is a great lyric, definitely applies to the theme, but let's just say that song has some other lyrics that maybe not so appropriate. So everybody's looking for something. That's the idea, right? Just like the wise men in Matthew 2 were looking for Jesus. It's a great story. These explorers from long way away, these people whose job was to study the stars. I mean, that was their occupation. Night after night, they studied the stars and tried to discern from what the stars were doing sort of some realities and truths and predictions about what was happening in the world around them. And so as they were studying the stars one time, they discovered this new star that they had never seen before, and they were curious. This must mean something, they said. They searched to find the answer to that curiosity. What does that mean? And their searching took them this great distance over the wilderness into the land of Judah, where they paid a call, kind of a courtesy call on the ruler, King Herod, to say, hey, we saw this star. We think it means something pretty cool. We're curious, and so we're searching for the meaning. It may even mean that there's been a new king that's been born. It's hilarious. Well, Herod hears this news that there's a new king, and Herod does not giggle about that news. In fact, it really freaks Herod out. It terrifies him. Because if there's a new king that's been born, then that's a threat to him. That's a threat to his position, to his power, to his comfort. And so he says to the wise men, go and search diligently for the child, so that I can also come and honor him. Which is interesting on a lot of levels, but one of those is that the Herod is instructing the wise men to do something that they already were doing. They are searching diligently for the child, and Herod tells them, go and search diligently for the child. It's almost as if Herod has a control issue here, right? Like something is happening that is outside of his control, and he wants to make it completely known that the wise men are doing this because he told them to, by gum, not because they decided to on their own. Herod is the ultimate insider, right? He's the ultimate institution guy. He wants to protect status quo. He wants to protect himself. He wants to search for Jesus. Absolutely. Everybody's looking for something. Herod is searching here too. But Herod is searching from eyes of fear. Fear that he's going to lose his power. He's going to lose his control. He's going to lose that status that he has. Whereas the Magi are searching with eyes of curiosity and wonder. They've seen something new and they want to figure out what it's all about. The contrast could not be stronger. Eyes of curiosity versus eyes of fear. This must mean something. Let's go find out what that is. Now, the answers might be blowing in the wind, my friend, but that should not prevent us from going to find it, to look for it. What are you looking for? What are you searching for? What is your quest? You seek balance. You seek meaning. You seek relationship. You seek knowledge. What are you looking for? Everybody's looking for something, and you might not even be able to say it. You might not even be able to articulate it at this point in your life. You might not be able to say it clearly. I am looking for, and that's fine. That's fine as well. But we're all looking for something. I was in Dallas the past 2 days. My Aunt Lucy died a week ago, and her funeral service was yesterday. The funeral was held in First United Methodist Church in downtown Dallas, which has deep connections for my family. My great-grandfather was on the staff of that congregation. My great-grandfather served communion in the chapel, a chapel that I actually visited on Saturday afternoon and said a little prayer in that space. My aunt and uncle have been members there forever and ever. And so being in this space before the service, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of reflection and emotion going on. And I found myself kind of wandering around. You know how we kind of want to move the family all into one little room over to the side and kind of keep them sequestered for some reason before a memorial service. But I didn't want any part of that. I was just wandering around the building. And as I was wandering around the hall and the sanctuary up in the balcony and stuff, I realized what I was doing. I realized what I was doing as I was wandering around. I was looking for her. I was looking for my Aunt Lucy. I expected her to walk right through the door any second. You know, I was looking for her. There was an absence in my life, and I was looking to fill that immediate absence with everything that she was for us, for me personally. I wasn't alone. One of the great truths about seeking, searching, about looking is that you're never alone when you're searching for something. My family was around me. We hugged, we cried, we laughed, we talked. It was beautiful, really. It might feel like you're alone in your search. I know it does sometimes, but you're not. You're never alone in your search. There's an author named Shannon Alder, and she says, sometimes the answers you are looking for are the same answers another person's looking for. Two people searching together are always better than one person alone. And the good news here is that God knows you're looking as well. God knows you're searching, and it's okay with God if you haven't figured it out yet, if you haven't found what you're looking for yet. The church of Jesus Christ is nothing more and nothing less than a group of people who are all searching together. We are all searching together. Sometimes we get it wrong and we say the church is where you go once you've found it. But that's not the case. The church is a group of people searching together. I had a conversation last week with a woman who said, I don't think I should be a member of a church because there's so much going on in my life and I just don't know how to handle all of that. And I said to her, that's a perfect reason to be a member of a church. That is exactly why you should join a church. It's because there's so much going on and I don't know how to handle it. Well, let's do that together. Let's search together for the truth, for the meaning, for something to believe in, for something to know, for balance in life, for whatever it is. Let's search together. Don't ever stop looking for it. Have the curious eyes of the Magi. Don't look at the world with the eyes of fear, with Herod's eyes. Look at the world, see what God is doing in the world, and search for the meaning behind it. And if you do feel like you have found it, if you feel like you're in a season of life where you have discovered what it is you're looking for, that's awesome. That's wonderful. Take a look around you and look at the other people in your midst who are searching and stand beside them, walk beside them, help them in their search, encourage them, embolden them, empower them as they search for whatever it is that they're looking for. It's been so fun to think about all these different songs and all of these different genres and bands that have music about searching and looking. Now, my brother Brad accuses me of only thinking that there's only one rock band in the world. That is U2. And I got to say, he's not wrong. And I have sung this song before from this piano in this worship setting as well. But I'm going to sing it again, so don't doze off or anything. But to me, it says so much about what it means to be a human being, about what it means to be searching. And I'm going to ask you to join with me towards the end of the song and sing along. So I have climbed highest mountains, I have run through the fields only to be with you. only to be with you. I have run, I have crawled, I have scaled these city walls, only to be with you. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have spoke with the tongue of angels. I have held hands with the devil. It was warm in the night. I was cold as a stone. I have kissed honey lips, felt the healing in your fingertips. It burned like a fire, this burning desire. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I believe in the kingdom come, when all the colors will bleed into one, bleed into one. But yes, I'm still running. You broke the bonds and you loosed the chains, carried the cross of my shame, of all my shame. You know I believe it, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Sing that with me. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for. Oh God, help me find what I'm looking for.